Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to an incredibly exciting new car today. We're one of the first in the UK to see this, and what this is the brand new Mini Cooper SE. The new Mini Cooper SE is exclusively electric. There are two versions which are coming from launch, the Cooper E and this, the Cooper SE. This particular car has around 220 horsepower and is good for a claimed range on the WLTP cycle of between 230 and 250 miles. This car as well is a sport. You can get it as usual in the Sport, the Exclusive and the Classic, as well as level 1, level 2 and level 3 with varying degrees of specification. But we want to take a look at the exterior and interior designs of this car today because there are quite a few significant differences. And let's start at the front end. Now, it is, as I'll probably say quite a lot in this video, still very familiar Mini. Firstly, the proportions are much bigger. This car is just bigger in every way than the car it replaces. The front end is still very recognisable Mini. You've got the round daytime running lights here, which are just a signature of Mini. However, you can now change what design you want in here. You can have different settings, which are controlled on the screen, which I'll show you shortly. It's a slightly different design down the front here with a slightly different front bumper design down here with sort of more creases in it. We've got the new John Cooper Works logo on here. The S, of course, is in yellow to signify that this is an electric. We've got the black elements on this car, including the badge and so on. It's just a really handsome looking thing from the front. It's grown, it's got a bit bigger, and it's slightly more bulbous, which actually I really like. It looks more chunky and more purposeful. And I think this car in particular almost looks like a GP3. I think it's fantastic. You've got the red stripes over the front here, and it's just, I think, a really good looking thing. As we move alongside the car, it is very recognisable as Mini. Just, I feel, slightly more aggressive, slightly more just bulky and a bit, I don't know, even more sporty than before. This car is sitting on the 18-inch alloy wheels. You've got the red accents all the way around, so on the wing mirrors, on the roof. We've got new door handles on here. I know something quite trivial, but they sit flush to the car until you open them. It's just a really crisp, clean design along here. There's not an overload of creases. There's actually pretty much no creases. It's just all really smooth and beautiful in the way it looks. There is a slight different bumper design along the side skirt, but other than that, it's just familiar Mini. And I mean, look at this rear wing. You get a sort of hint at what it looks like from here with this sort of angle across here with the John Cooper Works logo on there. Just looks mega, so let's go and take a look at that in more detail. Now, I've just spanned the car around because I feel like I wanted to show you this rear end in a lot more detail. It's so different. You've got these triangular rear lights here which can still be configured to show almost the Union Jack style on there. And look at this rear wing. It's enormous and so aggressive. You've got all these really aggressive angles all over it with these sort of winglets across the top here as well. Moving down, you've got the Cooper S badging right across the center of the rear, really prominent. Mini badge is finished in black on here. And then as we move down to the rear diffuser, it's so angular. I mean, it's just, it looks fantastic. You've got these new angles across the back here that can move all the way through. Another few angles here. I mean, it's just such an aggressive design on this car, but I love it. I mean, I will be the first to admit that when I saw the sort of spy shots of this new generation online, I was like, oh, but honestly, in person, this car looks absolutely outstanding. This specification is bob on. I think it looks absolutely amazing. But what has changed on the interior? There is, again, an awful lot to talk about in here. It's changed a lot. So where to begin? Well, let's start on the right-hand side here. You've got this new design across the door which sort of cuts in with the handle for the door almost built into the side. It's this new fabric which we see across the Mini range, especially in the Countryman. But I will say it's a really nice place to be. I love what Mini are doing with their new interiors. It's kind of, it's recognisable, but modern. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but you can tell that you're sat in a Mini. I love the new steering wheel here with this sort of bit of fabric down here. It's just a really nice, big, chunky thing to hold. Directly in front of you, there are no dials. They've gone now, but you have a heads-up display which shows your speed and so on. Now that might seem a little bit intimidating at first, but when I drove the Countryman a few weeks ago, you get used to that really, really quickly. Same as the Countryman, all your controls are now on this singular piece down here. So you've got your gear selector, your power is almost like this little switch down here, your experiences, your volume and so on is all controlled there. And then down in the center, the minimalist look continues. There's not a whole lot down here. There's a wireless charging pad in the center down here, a few cup holders here. The armrest is attached to the seat, which actually is a really nice solution. The seats themselves, these are the sports seats, and they are really, really lovely. And now the big thing, of course, is the screen in the center. So if I just power this up so we can show you. Now, bear in mind, this is a pre-production, so this isn't the 100% finished article. So there's a few materials and so on and bits that will be slightly different on the finished car. But this screen is so lovely to use. It's super responsive, super nice. It's the same one that's in the Countryman. The speed is on here as well. You've got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, all wireless. And it's just a super, super easy thing to use. Of course, there's no air conditioning controls in the center now. They're all on the screen, which again might seem intimidating, but trust me on this, it isn't. You get used to it so quickly. You've got obviously your heated seats and so on, heated steering wheel. This one is a level 3, so it has everything. So we've got an upgraded sound system from Harman & Kardon. We've got the beautiful panoramic sunroof, which stretches the entire length of the roof and actually has some interior lighting built into it. It's just a lovely, lovely thing. But ultimately, it just feels like a Mini, but just even more up to date for the next generation. It's a fabulous place to sit. And I can't wait to drive one of these. I mean, 0 to 62 in around 6.7 seconds, 220 horsepower, and a decent range. It's a lovely thing. I'm really impressed with it, and I'm so glad that I managed to get here today to take a look at it. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. Of course, as soon as we can drive one of these and any of the brand new Mini products coming, we will be doing so. Please, if you want any more information on the brand new Mini Cooper SE or any of the new Mini range, please use the link in the description of this video to contact your nearest Sytner Mini retailer. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel for plenty more content to come, and I will see you guys again really soon.